there, friends! My name is Jess, and welcome to Kissed by Bliss. Soulful radiance for your everyday flow. Burning the candle at both ends, yet yearning to put the spark back in your heart? You've just found your match. Here on Kissed by Bliss, we're passionate about nurturing your entire being, cultivating true happiness, and having those raw, real conversations that resonate with real-life moments. In each episode, we'll journey through the mind, body, and soul to ignite your inner fire and reveal your most radiant self. Together, we'll unlock the secrets to living a life that's both prosperous and soul-satisfying. So, if you're buckled up and ready to go, Kissed by Bliss starts now. Hey there, beautiful! Welcome back to another episode of Kissed by Bliss. I'm your host, Jessica Suzanne. If you're just joining us, we're in episode 3 of a 4-part series where I'm sharing the exact method that turned my biggest limitation into my brightest light. The first episode in our series was pillar number 1 of the Glow Freedom Method, called Growth. We explored how awareness of what's keeping us stuck can be the most significant catalyst for lasting change. In episode 2, Liberation, we looked at the deeper why behind our limitations and how we can start letting go by seeing our patterns from a higher perspective. And today, in the 3rd episode of our series, we're stepping into pillar number 3 of the Glow Freedom Method, called Oneness, where we discover how divine power over willpower is our true key to freedom. And so, for me, it was my relationship with alcohol that became my greatest teacher, because what I once saw as my biggest hurdle, my biggest mess, my biggest challenge, has now transformed into my divine purpose. It's literally what every previous chapter of my life was preparing me for. And so if you're struggling right now with anything, whether a substance, a relationship, if you're feeling stuck in patterns that don't serve you, I want you to know with all of your heart that you're not lost. You're just being led. Because sometimes we have to walk through the weeds to find our garden. And sometimes our path feels unclear because we're being prepared for something even more beautiful than we ever even imagined. So, let's dive in. You know, when it comes to beliefs and spirituality, it can feel so overwhelming, right? Like we're all out here trying to figure it out. What's true, what resonates, what actually feels real to us. You know, some of us grew up being told exactly what to believe, while others, like me, hardly had any guidance at all. And honestly, I've come to see both scenarios as equally challenging because either way, we're faced with this massive question. What do we actually believe deep in our hearts when we strip away everything we've been told and everything we've learned? I remember I used to think that I needed someone else to tell me the right way to connect, the proper way to pray, the correct things to believe. But what I've discovered is that the most powerful spiritual connection comes when we stop looking outside of ourselves for answers and we start trusting what resonates in our own hearts. Because true belief, the kind that actually transforms our life, can't be handed to us by someone else. It has to come from within. And the funny thing is, my first real connection with the divine didn't come from any book or teacher or spiritual practice. It came through something I've been doing my whole life without even realizing its power. And that is journaling. You know, I've always been that girl who pours her heart onto paper. But I don't know, it was just writing, you know? Until one day, I heard someone talk about starting their day by asking the universe, what would you have me know today? And there's something about this idea that just clicked. Maybe because it was so simple, no rules, no right or wrong way to do it. I just let myself write, and these words would flow through me. And they were so beautiful and so inspiring that I knew they weren't just coming from my own mind. And this was the first time that I felt this undeniable sense that I wasn't alone. That there was something bigger than me that was actually listening and responding. And that one revelation, realizing that I wasn't alone, changed everything. When I finally understood that my own divinity was the key to my freedom, there was a sense of relief that I had never felt before. And I knew that I was onto something. Because what began to happen when I tapped into my authentic truth wasn't just a temporary escape from the darkness. It was how I left the darkness in the dust forever. Now, almost 3 alcohol-free years later, I'm still in awe of how this journey keeps unfolding. Because every book that I read, every practice I discover, every spiritual insight that I gain adds another piece to this beautiful divine puzzle. And it's this incredible divine wisdom that has developed into the Glow Freedom method that you are learning about today. And something that I do want to mention is that every piece that I've discovered only stuck with me if it resonated with my own heart. If it didn't feel true to me, I'd let it go. Because that's what real spiritual growth is all about. Not accepting everything we read or hear, but letting our hearts guide us to what feels genuinely true for us. And that's exactly what I want for you. Not to believe something just because I or anyone else says it's true, but to find what lights up your own heart, what makes your own soul say, yes, this is it. Because that's where the real transformation happens. When we trust ourselves enough to find our way to our own divinity. Speaking of trusting ourselves, have you ever noticed how we can know exactly what we need to do, but still find ourselves stuck in these patterns that don't serve us? Why we can want something so badly, like breaking free from alcohol or any other limitation, but almost feel as though we are powerless to make that change happen. And so here's what I've discovered. When we rely on willpower alone, we're actually working against the natural flow of the universe. And it's no wonder it doesn't stick very well. Why it doesn't feel very good. Why it feels like we are constantly having to work and try harder, only to slip up, then beat ourselves up and start the cycle all over again. You see, every time we try to force change, Each time we judge ourselves for not being strong enough, we deepen the very pain we're trying to escape, becoming architects of our own prison, complete with nightly negotiations and carefully crafted rules. And for years, I had tried to control my drinking through sheer willpower alone, telling myself I would be better, I would try harder, that this time would be different. I would set boundaries, make promises to myself. And yeah, I did manage to reduce my drinking significantly. But the second I took that first step, all my work went out the window. I realized alcohol wasn't just something to control or do better at. It was literally drowning my divine connection, replacing my spiritual light with an artificial high that honestly only made me feel worse and worse time and time again. But what if these limitations aren't asking us to fight harder? What if they're actually leading us to our true power? Because when we stop trying to muscle our way through change and instead open up to divine guidance, something magical happens. True freedom, I've learned, doesn't come from restriction or rules. It comes when we're brave enough to trust in something greater than our own willpower. Because it's not about forcing change or finding the right moment. It's about creating such a powerful connection with your truth that the old patterns simply can't survive your new light. It's about getting so clear on who you really are that anything misaligned naturally falls away. And so this journey isn't just about breaking free from what holds you back. It's about awakening who you've always been. It's about discovering who you are beyond your limitations. Because on the other side of that pattern, there's a version of you that's so magnetic, so alive, that you won't believe you ever accepted anything less. So I invite you to get quiet with yourself. Instead of asking why you can't change, ask, how can I surrender my limits to universal guidance? What would my life look like if I stopped struggling and started trusting? Because here's the beautiful thing about freedom when it comes from divine connection. It begins to flow naturally. It begins to expand effortlessly. And suddenly, you're not just breaking free from one thing. You're discovering a whole new way of being. So, my love, this is your invitation to stop forcing, to stop powering through, to recognize that what's holding you back isn't a lack of willpower. It's a disconnection from your truest and most divine self. In today's Soul School segment, I want to share something really magical with you. A divine gift that's been with you all along. And so, imagine the most beautiful rainbow you've ever seen stretching across the sky. So electric that it puts a spark in your heart just looking at it. These same colors of light are actually flowing through your very own body right now, creating a sacred pathway to your liberation. You see, inside your body, we have our own personal roadmap given to us by the divine so that we can overcome our soul's limitations and rise into our highest, most radiant and free selves. If you haven't watched our episode on the Radiant Soul Path, I definitely recommend checking that out, but you can start here and go back anytime you'd like. And so here's what makes this pathway so incredible. It's always within us. We have 7 main chakras moving up from our root all the way up to our crown chakra. And these powerful energy centers are like finding the key that unlocks your very own liberation. And what you might not know is that each one of our chakras is directly connected to the divine through the 7 rays of divine creation. 1 ray for each chakra that connects us to the support that we need to fully overcome all of our challenges and all of our limits. And so I want you to imagine this divine rainbow hovering above you right now. It's light streaming down to meet you exactly where you are. Every struggle you face, every heartache you carry, every fear that whispers, I want you to know that there's a divine ray of light ready to transform it. All we have to do is clear the pathway in our chakra system to create space for this divine light to flow in. And you're in luck because helping you to open up to this divine light is what I call my specialty. So let's explore each chakra and see how this divine design can transform every area of your life. I'm going to be referencing alcohol in this teaching, but insert any limitation or struggle you are working with, because as I've expressed, this isn't just about the one thing. It's about everything. So, picture your chakra system as your personal rainbow of transformation. Your root chakra at the bottom near your tailbone glows a beautiful red light of safety and security. When blocked, you might find yourself thinking, I need wine just to feel grounded, just to feel safe in my own skin. But when activated, you discover that sense of safety was within you all along, and that there is nothing outside of you needed to feel anchored in your own power. Rising into your sacral chakra, a warm orange glow radiates. When blocked, this is where we try to numb our emotions, reaching for that glass every time feelings get intense. But once unblocked, you discover this amazing ability to ride the waves of your emotions, finding joy and pleasure naturally without needing anything to support the experience. Next is your solar plexus, shining bright yellow. This is where your inner critic loves to hang out, telling you you can't handle this without drinking. But when this energy center awakens, it transforms into this gorgeous, authentic truth. You suddenly know deep in your bones that you can handle anything life brings your way. In your heart chakra, a healing green light pulses. When blocked, you might find yourself using wine to feel more connected, more accepted, more lovable. But when the center opens, you discover you are worthy of love and acceptance all along, exactly as you are. Your throat chakra glows a beautiful blue. When blocked, you might feel like you need that liquid courage to speak your truth. But once you flip this chakra on, Your voice starts flowing freely, carrying your truth with natural confidence. Your third eye shimmers indigo right here. And when blocked, you might use alcohol to quiet your doubts, drowning your intuition. But when it opens, you start trusting your gut without question, seeing your path forward with crystal clarity. And finally, your crown chakra radiates a beautiful violet light. When blocked, you might feel disconnected from your higher purpose, using wine to fill that spiritual void. But when the center unlocks, you feel that divine connection flooding in, discovering a natural state of bliss that no glass of wine could ever match. And so as you can see, every chakra is connected to our freedom. This is your divine design, your personal pathway to liberation. Every time you feel stuck, remember, you have 7 rays of divine light supporting you. 7 sacred centers of power just waiting to help you break free. You're not just on a journey to freedom. You're on a journey back to your truest, most radiant self. And when all of your chakras are activated, you will never feel freer. Because just like God's rainbow that turns all the colors into light, God's rays of divine creation will also turn all of your limits into light, setting your soul free once and for all. In today's Kiss of Bliss, I'm going to guide you through a quick chakra clearing so that you can start experiencing your divine power today. And if you're ready to dive deeper, I've just opened up enrollment for my Radiant Revival 28-day energy activation, where you'll join other women on the same adventure as I guide you step by step towards your liberation, transforming your relationship with alcohol gradually, without force, restriction, or any of that cold turkey pressure. For more information, you can go to www.kissedbybliss.com. That's KISSD by bliss.com for more information. And now for your Kiss of Bliss. Find a comfortable space and let your breath become soft and easy. Feel your body settling into this moment of sacred connection. Imagine a beautiful rainbow floating above you, shimmering with divine light and love. Place one hand on your heart, the other on your belly, and feel yourself becoming open to receive this divine light. Watch as warm red light flows down from the rainbow. Feel it wrapping around your root chakra, filling you with safety and grounding you into your truth. Affirm, I am safe and secure, grounded in my own power. Let the soft orange light flow through your sacral center, dissolving any emotional heaviness into pure joy. Affirm, I flow freely with my emotions, finding joy in every experience. A golden yellow light fills your solar plexus like morning sunlight, transforming any doubt into quiet confidence. Affirm, I trust in my inner strength to handle anything life brings my way. A beautiful green light blossoms in your heart center, opening you to the love that you naturally are. Affirm, I am worthy of love exactly as I am, radiating light from within. A gentle blue light now flows through your throat chakra, like clear water, allowing your truth to flow freely and naturally. Affirm, I speak my truth with confidence and grace. A soft indigo light illuminates your third eye, like twilight awakening your inner wisdom. Affirm, I trust my inner wisdom to guide me clearly and truly. A peaceful violet light fills your crown chakra like dawn's first light, connecting you directly to divine grace. Affirm, I am one with divine light, connected to pure freedom. Now watch as these beautiful colors begin to blend together, becoming pure, radiant white light. Feel any remaining limitations in your body dissolving into this light, becoming pure freedom. Take a deep breath in, filling yourself with this divine light. As you exhale, feel yourself glowing with beautiful radiance. This is your true nature. Affirm, I am freedom in motion, alive and clear. Whenever you're ready, gently open your eyes, knowing this rainbow of freedom lives within you and above you always, ready to light your way home to your truest, most radiant self. I'm Jess, and thank you for tuning in to Kissed by Bliss, soulful radiance for your everyday flow. Airing every second and fourth week at 8:30 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio. Until next time, keep shining bright. It's the tiny sparks of self-love today that reveal your most radiant self tomorrow. Ready to kickstart your Kissed by Bliss adventure? Hop on over to KissedByBliss.com. That's KISSD by Bliss.com for exclusive tools and resources to uplift your spirit and thrive in your everyday life. Sending love, hugs, and high vibes today and always.